Welcome to the Deloitte NSL 2026. So today, or rather this weekend, is the last weekend of the round games. So for the first game of today, we have Blaze. So welcome back. Sorry, there was a bit of a technical error. Anyway, my name is Pavin, and today I'm commentating with Sintish.
Yeah, hi everyone.
So fun fact, Sintish is also a player from the Orcas team. Yeah, so you'll catch her in action later for the last game of today. So first up, we have Mannas taking on Blaze. As you can see on court, the starting 7 for each team are getting ready.
Seems like both international players are starting the first quarter.
Yeah, that's right. So we have Hanisha, the international player for Mannas, starting in goalkeeper. That's something interesting because usually Mi Hong starts as a shooter. And then we have Tendai, the international player for Blaze, starting in her usual position as goal shooter. And there we have it. The first center pass of the game has started. So just a bit of a recap. When both of these teams went up against each other in round one, the final score was 66 to Blaze and 20 to Mannas. So it was quite an outstanding win by Blaze. So let's see now with the addition of both the international players. Let's see how the game is going to go. Hopefully with the African style and flavor being added to the game. We can see the game being pushed up by another notch. So a
Good
contact
take.
call against Jamie. So there was a shooter pass between Casca to Claire. Unfortunately, just not able to sink it in on the first attempt, but there we go, first goal to Mannas.
Oh, that was a nice split.
Yeah, Tendai is known for her big splits in the circle. So she can receive the ball at the circle edge, and with that split, next moment she's underneath the post. Oh, great pass there. Just couldn't steady down, pass it out to Itze. She got the ball back. And there we have it. It's quite an even gain so far in this first 2 minutes. You can see the hesitancy from the Blaze midcourt because of the height of Hanisha and how she's boarding up against Tendai in the circle. So it's making it hard for them to pass it in. Oh, there we have it. A lovely intercept by the goal defense, Tiffany.
Oh, that was a nice intercept by Laura.
Blaze with the turnover. Lovely pass by Wei Ping directly into Tendai. Tendai is just so athletic and versatile. Like, you can see her holding one moment at the back of the goalkeeper, and next moment she just splits and comes on to the front.
She's also a very steady and confident player. Oh, Mickey coming in.
Nice hitting of the circle edge by Yitie, and a lovely feed into Claire along the baseline. So I noticed that Blaze has been playing on that side of the court, the opposite end, quite a bit. So I think what Mannas can do is maybe try and change things up, push them up the court, because their first and second phase seems to work very well.
And Yitie with the pass to Claire.
Yeah, I think what Casca is doing really well is to just draw one defender away, so it opens up Claire at the back. Lovely pass and cut there by Laura to hit circle edge.
Nice fake by Laura and a good pass.
So for those tuning in for the first time, so the rule for these international players are they can only play a maximum of 3 quarters and a minimum of 2. So there'll be 1 point in a game. You will see both of these international players sitting on the bench and not taking the court. Lovely 2-on-1 defense by Yitie and Mickey, covering Hui Fen on the center pass. Oh, what great rebound by Tendai. Doesn't help that Tiffany, the goal defender Mannas, is a lot shorter than her. So Sintish, since you play for Orcas, so how is it like coming up against Mannas and Blaze? Maybe you can share about your experience.
It's actually quite interesting playing with Mannas because with Claire she actually plays both GS and GK. So when she's GK, she's actually a very she actually puts a lot of defense on the attacker, so there's a more added pressure. But she's a very versatile player, so when she comes in as a shooter, she also performs very well.
I think the same thing applies to their international player, Hanisha, right? So you see both Claire and Hanisha being able to interchange for both ends.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think with their height, their stature, and how lengthy they are, I think it pressures you as you shoot and you take a shot.
For sure. When their hands come out especially, it really adds that level, a different level of pressure.
How about Blaze?
For Blaze, their defense has always been a very strong unit. It's something that us Orcas players are definitely very familiar with. But of course, their attacking unit for Blaze as well is very smooth, as you can see now, especially with their international player coming in. In fact, if we now look at this game, it's such a fierce competition between the two international players.
Yeah, we can see a lot of tussle in the circle between Tendai and Hanisha. But that's what we really like to watch as spectators. And what I love about it is the umpires are just letting it go. It's really players just handling the physicality and just getting on with the game. There's a replay call against Li Xuan, the wing defense of Blaze.
Yijie with the good look in and pass.
So I think what Mannas can really capitalize on is that both the circle defenders of Blaze are going in early to take on Claire. So it leaves Casca as the goal attack, acting like a third midfielder to get them to hit circle edge. That's when it's like the prime spot to pass it into Claire. There we see Hanisha with that tip along the baseline. Wei Ping securing the 10th shot of the game for Blaze. Oh, lovely tip there by Jamie. She saw the pass coming towards Ite outside the circle and she just went round from the back. Oh, great pass by Laura. She sighted the slight gap between Hanisha and Tendai and she popped the ball. That placement was perfect.
Shuning being swapped in now with Cheyenne coming out.
Yeah, we noticed that Shuning is not starting for the first time. Usually it's Shuning starting in goal defense and then Cheyenne coming in halfway through the game. Lovely front position by Tendai. Unfortunately, just couldn't score that goal. Hanisha all over the rebound. And there we have it. That's the sound of the siren of the super shot. So in case you're watching NSL for the first time, so the super shot has been introduced for the first time in this season. Basically, the last 5 minutes of each quarter, if you look at the outer region of the circle, that's where the shooters will be able to attempt a 2-point shot. So every shot in from that zone will be considered 2 points. So this is a feature that has been introduced in the international games overseas, like the Suncorp Super Netball in Australia, as well as the ANZ tournament in New Zealand. Mannas defense is really doing really well, just to make it a little bit hard for Blaze to have their flow and their patience down the court. Oh, lovely play by Mannas. Nice coming around the top by Yasmin to hit the top of the circle. And then a nice baseline drive by Claire. I would love Casca to have that confidence to just go to post.
Can tell that everyone's a little bit more jittery today, especially with how crucial the matches are for this weekend.
Yeah, so as mentioned, this weekend is the final weekend for the round games before we have a break next week and then into the semi-finals the week after. Lovely pass in by Ite. Just so daring and bold to just pass it over Jamie.
Hanisha out of court.
There we have it with the first 2 points of the game from Wei Ping, who is coincidentally also the first shooter to put in the first super shot of the season. So Snitish, have you attempted super shots and how many have you put in?
I don't know the exact number, but for myself, I actually have not taken many super shots this season because our main super shotter will be Zulfa right now with, I think right now she's second highest.
Yeah, I saw the leaderboard. So we have Amandit from Sneakers right at the top and then Zulfa right behind. I think just one super shot right behind her.
Yeah, I think it was quite close.
So you did attempt and you did have a shot at it. Okay.
Actually, Hanisha has been a very good support as the GK so far.
Oh, that's right. Because as I mentioned, she has been playing shooter way more than as a defender. So I think she's also someone who is very daring to just go for the super shots. Nice save there by Tendai. Also the goal defense of Mannas Tiffany with a late contact. I didn't realize, but the score suddenly blew apart.
As
So
expected, when you add in super shots into the game, you really never know what will happen in the last few minutes.
that's right. So this super shot is really a game changer for teams. You can either pull the score apart if you're in the lead, or it can get the losing team to actually catch up immediately.
Oh,
Oh, that was contentious call. But we'll leave it to the umpires to make the final call. Oh, a lovely defense by Hanisha. She caused a help ball against Sendai, who was trying to attempt a super shot. Oh,
a
wow.
good tip by Laura. Oh.
That was a really good defensive effort by Laura. Unfortunately, it's not enough time for Blaze to score one more. And there we have it. That's the end of the first quarter. Blaze with 16 goals, Mannas with 9. Stay tuned for the rest of the game. Welcome back to the second quarter of the first game of the day between Blaze and Mannas. So at the end of quarter one, Blaze in the lead with 16 goals and Mannas with 9. So let me just scan the court to see if there are any changes.
It appears that Hanisha has been taken out and replaced with Mickey.
Charlene,
Oh, Charlene.
the wrong team, Sintish. Okay, actually both international players have been taken out. I mean, it's expected. I think a lot of coaches like to remove them in the second quarter, usually the second or third quarter. So we have Charlene coming on as goal shooter for Blaze. And now with Hanisha on the bench, Tiffany moved from goal defense to goalkeeper. Mickey moved from wing defense to goal defense. And we have a new wing defense for Mannas. I believe her name is Jade. Also a debutant for this NSL. And I think one last change for Blaze is Kimberly Ko coming in as wing defense to replace Li Shen. Also, if you notice, some of the players have like a orange strap around their wrists. So this is an indication that they are the 21 and under players. So for NSL, we have this ruling where at least 2 21 and under players per team has to play minimum of 2 quarters each. So yeah, that's quite a lot to think about for the coaches, where you have to make sure your international play as well as your 20 and under players fulfill the requirements for the game.
That's a good take by Charlene.
Lovely drive by Yasmin, just to take her feet and get rid of her defender to receive the ball at the top of the circle. Mannas just playing it around a bit just to get the ball nearer to post. And there we have it. Claire with a signature hole. Good try there by Jade, wing defense of Mannas. Just a little bit late towards the end. So it's a contact call against her. Oh, umpire has decided to move up the ball, up the court. Not sure what that call was about.
Oh, wow. Very fast teamwork between Blaze players.
Yeah, we know that Charlene is also known for her super shots for Blaze. She's also a player that's quite versatile, who can play wing attack as well. Nice patience by Mannas just to slowly bring the ball down. And there we have it. Once again, a nice placement pass.
Oh,
To Claire.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah, we have it. That's what happens when you want to play the ball around too much instead of going to post. So Blaze with the turnover. Good try by the circle defenders on Mannas. They did cover for quite a long time. The Blaze mid-court had to swing over to the pocket a couple of times before opening up one of the shooters.
A good look in by Itia to pass to the shooter.
Yeah, I think Ite has been doing really well in this game. I think she's citing Claire really well. Once again, a breaking call against Jade. I think she just needs to adjust that before the umpire picks her up. missed shot there by Charlene. Mannas with the rebound. Oh no. Shooting had a bad fall, and I think it just tripped Claire along the way, so both went down on the ground. But umpire had no call. Play on.
Thankfully, it seems like all the players are still okay.
Yeah. Contact call against Mickey. Wei Ping attempting the shot. Unfortunately, misses it. Tiffany with the last touch on the ball. It's still Blaze throw in. It's quite a low scoring second quarter so far. So that's what happens when you have both international players off. The rhythm of the game changes. You have to adjust to new combinations. And also the local players know how to take on each other a lot better because they are very familiar playing against each other every year. So Claire just getting the girl to mop up the floor. So that was the spot where the fall happened earlier on. Nice pass and cut by Yasmin. Unfortunately, just too much on that pass. Not placing it properly for Ite on the circle edge. Blaze with the throw in.
I think right now Mannas is a bit unsettled. We could see just now Ite asking her players to calm down.
Yeah, I think it's good also for the captain, or rather sometimes even the center, because you're in the middle of the court. So it's nice to just get both ends of the court to calm down and steady down. Same thing for Blaze. We see a couple of hiccups on the attacking end, either missed passes or missed shots. Nice change by Ite. Oh, and a lovely direct pass into Claire. She just needs to settle down and put the shot in. There we go. It's still 4-all between both teams in the second quarter. You can see Hui Fen, the wing attack of Blaze, so experienced. Just showing the umpire, the wing defense is boarding up on her, interfering her play. Also, speaking of which, for Blaze, we have Pei Shan, who is usually their go-to goal shooter. Not named for today's game because she sustained an ankle injury last weekend while playing against Swifts. So she's taking a rest, and hopefully we'll see her back maybe tomorrow or the weekend after. Slightly late challenge by Mickey there. Trying to go for the ball that was being delivered to Hui Fen at the top of the circle.
And Wei Ping putting in the shot very confidently. Charlene opening up the play.
Lovely patience by Laura. Saw her wanting to deliver to Charlene at the front, but she noticed Wei Ping calling it for the back. Oh, nice outer tip by Jamie, just coming off Claire, just waiting for the ball and going around the body. A slight
That's a good
fumble
pick up
there
by
by
Ite.
Mannas. Yeah, but they managed to pick it up. Unfortunately, Shuning just couldn't pull it in with two hands. Mannas still with possession. Oh, a contact call there against Jamie. Sorry, against Claire. So offensive contact. Nice by Wei Ping, just holding her front so strongly, allowing Charlene to offload that pass. Lovely pass by Hui Fen, just sighting Wei Ping, pulling the front defender up, and then Charlene with a nice front hold.
So right now we're actually about 7 seconds to our super shot. Oh, seems like there's been a conversion.
Yeah, there's a breaking call against one of the Mannas players. Wei Ping just getting herself in a more comfortable position. And there we have it. Another super shot for Wei Ping, extending that lead for Blaze. Ita just being put for contact. Very smart by Charlene. Caught the ball in an uncomfortable position, offloaded to Hui Fen and got herself in the 2-point zone and shot it in so confidently. Oh, lovely tip there by Kimberly and nice pick up by Jamie.
The defenders had already read that and they were ready for the ball coming in.
Yeah, I don't think that pass should even be have delivered because Kimberly was already standing right in front. So, Cinches, do you notice like a pattern there for Mannas? We always see them doing quite well in the first 8 to 10 minutes of the game, and towards the last 5 minutes, you see them having mistakes, fumbling, just not working together as a team.
Yeah, I actually noticed that actually this is quite common trait for amongst the different teams, as even my own team. When the defenders get very tight on us, I think that's where our timing gets messed up, and then our drives, when it's too early, then the attackers have no options to pass to. That's where a lot of us get stuck, and I think that's what I noticed with Mannas and their center pass just now.
Yeah, that's right. I think you did a good analysis there. So I think in times like this, everyone just needs to settle down, play simple, basic netball. Doesn't matter how many times to pass the ball around, but it's just getting your timing right and decision making. Oh, lovely hands there by Kimberly. She's doing quite a bit to cause this fumble. We see her having intercepts, tips, and even nice defensive hands over in this couple 2 minutes.
One thing about the Blaze attackers is the two shooters are quite familiar with long ranges, and not only do they shoot from far, they are actually very familiar with opening up and making sure that they reposition at a good place to take the super shots.
Yeah, you're right. So Wei Ping and Charlene are in fact on the leaderboard for the super shots. Not sure where they stand, but I definitely saw their name. And also, I think it creates a different flavor to the Blaze attacking side, with now both being so mobile and both being able to shoot anywhere in the circle. So it gives the Mannas defenders some thinking to do. Should I stop them and make them go for the ones and stop the twos?
Oh, an unfortunate overthrow from the Blaze
Attacker.
Sorry, can
She's
you
a
all
bit
tell I'm a bit
speechless.
nervous?
It's her first time commentating, so no stress, no pressure. Nice opening up by Charlene, just coming out the circle. And a lovely play there by Blaze. Still wanting to go for the super shots.
I think the Mannas defenders are also struggling a bit because both shooters can take long range shots, so they are not really sure who they should be focusing on right now.
Yeah. I think in this moment, honestly, if you're in the circle and you're just wanting to defend, just pick up the nearest player. Doesn't matter whether they're in a 1-point zone or 2-point zone, because all you want is try to create a turnover. Nice give and go by Claire to get herself nearer to the pole.
I thought she would have been taking a super shot for that, but turns out she actually took a step closer to the pole.
I noticed that Claire isn't one to go for super shots. She's usually that 1-point shooter for them. That target at the back, that tall target. Yeah, so there we have it. We've come to the halftime of the game. Blaze aging out Mannas in that last 5 minutes with their super shots and also with their great defensive play. So current scoreline, 33 goes to Blaze and 15 to Mannas. We still have 2 more quarters to go. Stay tuned.
The third quarter of the game, with now Blaze at 33 and Mannas at 15. So both international players are now back on the court.
So it's the same matchup that we see in the first quarter. Tendai back in GS and Hanisha in goalkeeper for Mannas. We also see a substitution for goal attack or Blaze. Charlene, previously playing goal shooter, moving out to goal attack. Wei Ping taking a rest. Li Shen coming in as center to replace Laura, as well as Cheyenne in goal defense, back in a position that she played in the first quarter, taking over Shuning.
That was a good read by Mickey. Unfortunately, it was just a little bit late.
Oh wow, did you see that? She wanted the ball at the edge of the circle, but with that split, she got it underneath the post. I was very impressed with the reel that Netball Singapore did of the compilation of Tendai splits in one of the games.
Yeah, her signature move.
The funniest part was the sound of the audience. All of them going wow. Oh wow! Interception by the wing attack, Chen Hui Fen of Blaze. And we can hear the bench of the Blaze going crazy. Just to let you know, Hui Fen, the wing attack of Blaze, is 41 years old.
Wow.
Yes, and she's still playing NSL and going so strong. Also a mother of 3 and a veteran national player.
Definitely one of the, if not the most experienced player on the court and in the whole season right now.
Yeah, I think she's played almost 20 seasons of NSL. Let me just double check.
Wow, I think some of the players here are not even 20 right now.
Yeah, that's true. Hui Fen started playing before they were even born. Lovely shot there by Charlene. That was a commanding lead by Blaze early in this third quarter. Just securing 4 goals so early. And there we have it, a nice offload pass to Tendai. Mickey being caught on the back.
I think with all tall shooters, whenever the attackers see it's a one-on-one and there's a height mismatch, they won't hesitate to just pass the ball to the shooter already.
Oh, wow. Cheyenne doing so well, running step by step with Casca, the goal attack, intercepting cleanly. So there's this saying that if the loose ball always goes into the hands of a certain team, there's just like a certain luck for that game, and you know the team is gonna win.
Oh.
I don't know, it's just what people pass comments and say. Because if somehow the loose ball ends up going to the hands of a certain team, you know, it's always like going into their favor.
I see.
I don't know if you noticed that.
I see.
But Blaze has been all over all the loose balls.
Yeah, they are very quick to catch all of the loose balls and passes. So I guess for Orcas, we just have to make sure we have no loose balls.
Okay, later, Sitish better play well. Nice quick offload by Casca to Claire. We see a substitution change on the court itself between Mickey and Tiffany. So Tiffany moving back to goal defense and Mickey out to wing defense. Hanisha, the goalkeeper, just being penalized quite a bit in this quarter for her hands. I just heard the umpire Jessica just blowing her for her hands being out while trying to defend the shooter. Good cover there by Cheyenne. Casca just not able to get free of her to Ling after the center pass.
Hanisha actually providing a lot of support as the GK right now.
What I really like about Blaze is their man-on-man defense. You can see every single player going up against a Mannas player just to take them on. So you can see Mannas just struggling to get their drives and timing. There we have it, Jamie just reading the play so well, coming around the body to intercept that.
So right now we can see that Mannas is actually focused on creating a 2-on-1 on the GS and letting Sherlyn take the lead in the goal circle actually.
Yeah, you're right, Sintish. But Sherlyn is also being very smart about that, just playing the ball around. In the end, somehow Tendai frees up and gets the ball underneath the post. We also see another substitution between Ite and Yasmin, just a swap from center to wing attack.
A good tap from Hanisha right there.
A misplaced pass by Ite. Just wanted to bomb it into Claire, but she wasn't even holding in the right position or getting her timing right against Jamie. Sherlyn just slightly misplaced with that pass to Tendai.
I think one thing with the international players being so tall as well, it can be quite difficult for the attackers to see if there are any defenders behind them, in fact.
Yeah, especially when you have two twin towers in the circle like that. Much better play by Mannas.
Unfortunately, with a missed shot. And a sink in by our goal attack, the Casca.
Yeah, I think I really want to see Casca just taking on the role of a shooter and really putting out the shots. I think she just needs to have more confidence in herself. Goalkeeper Hanisha just getting caught on the body of Tendai.
And an easy pass to Tendai.
So that is what Tendai is so good at. Just going up against the goalkeeper, just holding so strong, moving around, getting her holes right, and just creating that contact.
I think this is the second missed pass into the circle from Ite.
I think Ite did really well in the first quarter when she was more composed, hitting circle edge and passing it in. Because right now, from where she's sighting Claire's not even in that position or even blocking off the defender to begin with. So I think she just needs to bring it down a little bit nearer, like what she did in the first quarter. Hanisha with a super rebound. So strong, just pulling it into two hands. Nice coming around by Jamie, using her outer hand to tip that ball.
I think one thing the Blaze defenders do very well is that they can make it seem like it's a one-on-one option in the goal circle at that point of time, but actually the GD is ready to hunt in. They are actually just hovering at the top. So when the ball is released, that's where the shooter really struggles, and that's where the feeders must be very careful of their passes.
Yeah, I think you said it really well, Sintish. So basically, I think that's basically what works really well for Blaze. They have that chemistry, the communication as a defensive unit. So sometimes Jamie does that on purpose to set it up for the goal defense to run in from the back to tip the ball.
Yeah, very smart play from the Blaze defenders.
Lovely roll to the back by Tendai. Unfortunately, just a little bit too much on that pass by Li Xuan, but she still collects the loose ball. There we see that gigantic split.
And a good shot.
Actually, I would love to see the Blaze players just being a little bit more daring, citing her earlier. Because actually she's taking on Hanisha really well in this quarter with that front positioning. Then once again, Casca just not wanting to go to post, decided to offload to Claire. Fortunately, she managed to draw that contact. Another goal for Mannas. We're approaching the super short time. There we go. The siren has sounded. Wei Ping getting the ball so comfortably in the two-point shot zone, but chooses not to shoot. Passes it off to Hui Fen, and it was a nice triangle play into Tendai.
Perhaps it's the Blaze strategy now, knowing that the international players they choose to play the safer options, knowing that they are in the lead and just taking the 1 point instead of the 2.
And also realistically looking at the scoreline, there's no need to really force the super shots. But I agree what you said, because with Hanisha's height, stature, and the lengthiness of her arms, it's not going to be as easy to shoot the super shots like they did in the second quarter.
Yeah, right now Hanisha really putting a lot of pressure on the attackers. In fact, Pav and I, we were just discussing just now, is Hanisha's main position as a defender or a shooter? Because most of the season so far she has been playing shooter, and if I'm not wrong, this might be one, if not the first time she's playing GK.
Yeah, I think you made a good point, Sintish. I've seen some international games where Uganda were featured, like the Netball World Cup in 2023, and I see her playing goalkeeper more than goal shooter. Not saying that goal shooter is not her usual go-to position, but I think she interchanges between both positions quite a bit. And I think for the Ugandan team, oh, there we have it,
Yeah,
just when we
she's
talked
going
about
to
it.
shooter.
And also maybe for the dynamics of the Ugandan team, maybe she's required more as a defender.
Yeah.
Good try there by Tiffany. Not going to be an easy task going up against Sendai, especially with a height disadvantage.
Wow, that was a good pass.
Sintish,
So
I just realized she moved to goal attack.
yeah, we both thought that she was a shooter initially. So maybe they want to create a very clear option for GA to take the center pass and just look in straight to Claire.
And that's exactly what Hanisha did. She got the center pass, looked in to Claire, and confidently passed in. Unfortunately, it doesn't work all the time.
I think it's going to be a bit difficult, especially with Claire and Jamie being similar in height. So we'll have to see how Claire opens up and provides the option.
I think it's also a strategic move by Mi Hong to put her in goal attack because of the super shots. She's the only one really able to sing those super shots for Mannas at this point in time, because they are missing their main super shot shooter in Charmaine.
Tendai with 2 rebounds consistently to Wei Ping.
Also, when that change happened, I just realized Casca moved from goal attack to goal defense. So it was literally an interchange between Hanisha and Casca.
Very interesting strategy by Mannas right now.
So this is what we talk about, versatility. Someone being able to play all over the court, switching from defense to attack at any point.
Yeah,
and there we have it. Wei Ping with the 2 point.
So now that the Hanisha is out as the defenders, notice that they are actually more confident to take the 2 points and no longer really trying for the 1 point.
Claire choosing to pass it out to Hanisha.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I think she needs to recognize whether Hanisha is even in the right spot to begin with. If not, just go for the 1 point. There we have it. Hanisha with the attempt, and she
a
scores
shot!
it. Look at how she goes. First attempt, first shot in.
Wow, even though that pass was a bit lacking in strength, but Tanisha put it in, Tendai put it in with ease.
And she caught the ball like as if it was passed with, like, into her outer space, but actually it was just placed right in front of her, slightly under pass. There we go, another big split, and she offloads to Wei Ping. Good try by Casca, just coming around the body. Blaze just choosing to opt for the 1 point. Unfortunately, just not aware about the time, and that goal was not counted. So there we have it. Another good effort there by Blaze in the third quarter. 21-8, just looking at this quarter, the quarter breakdown. So overall score is 54 to Blaze and 23 to Mannas. We still have 1 more quarter to go, so stay tuned for the last quarter.
Hi everyone, welcome back. So now we are at the fourth quarter, the last one, and we have Blaze at 54 and Mannas at 23 points. I think in terms of positions, it's pretty much the same as the last quarter.
So we see some changes for the Blaze team. Cheyenne moving to goalkeeper. Shooting back on court as goal defense. Laura as well in center. We see Jamie having a rest on the bench. And Shalene moving out from goal attack to wing attack. So Hui Fen going to the bench as well after a dominant three-quarter performance as wing attack. For Mannas, I think they've kept to the same combination as what we saw in the final 5 minutes of the previous quarter.
So Hanisha coming out for the center passes.
Yeah, I noticed since she moved to goal attack previously in the final 5 minutes of the previous quarter, she's been the one going for center pass, and then the wing attack prepares for second phase.
A strong take from Tendai and an easy shot in.
I was hoping for a layup. I believe she has some tricks in her bag. Oh, replay call, unfortunate. Just some mishandling of the ball. Great pass and timing there by Laura into Tendai. That was so cute. I just saw Claire, the goal shooter on Mannas, turning to the Mannas bench and telling them to get a little bit more excited. She tried to rile up her team, and then after that, all the Mannas players started clapping. Oh wow, Shuning, beautiful intercept off the center pass.
Yeah, I think right now Mannas are feeling a little bit demoralized, but of course we are still 12 minutes to the end of the game, and definitely all players should still give their best, and Claire was just trying to get everyone a little bit more hyped and more energy.
Yeah, as mentioned by Sintish earlier on in the game, this final weekend is a big decider for many teams to try and secure the top 4 position. Oh, lovely tip there by Keska. Unfortunately,
I think there was a
it's an
contact
obstruction call.
Obstruction call.
Yeah, interesting. Thought her distance was pretty good.
Yeah. Hanisha with coming out for the center pass again, and she passed it out. Unfortunately, a missed pass from Claire. Sorry,
Keska.
from Casca.
Yeah, Ite just drove towards the ball, but she released it into the space at the back. Just a bit of a miscommunication. Good try there by both defenders. Unfortunately, just with that high disadvantage, it's always going to be hard. Once again, Hanisha coming out nicely for the center pass. Oh, that's what you talked about,
Yes.
Sintish.
So the GD was already waiting for the ball to come in. She knew that. Oh,
Ouch. Poor Shuning. But she looks fine. She's laughing about it.
yeah, the two of them seem to be okay. I think Hanisha also didn't mean it. It's just when shooting hit her, actually the impact from it caused herself to fly.
I think it's never easy. Just comparing the size between Shuning and Hanisha. Hanisha is so strong and tall. Oh, lovely tip there by Mickey. And then just when it happened, Tendai just signaled to Shalene, the wing attack.
Oh.
Okay. Thank God, Wei Ping is okay. Tiffany just a bit late on that contact. Just went underneath the feet of Wei Ping and swept her onto the ground.
Yeah, I think as mentioned earlier, the pressure for the games this weekend are actually at all-time high. So I guess all players can be a little bit jittery, and their timing is, although a bit off, is not intentional.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone just wants to try their best to go for the ball. No one wants to intentionally hurt anyone on court. It's all in the spirit of the game. Also on this end, Cheyenne with the height disadvantage against Claire, it's going to be slightly easier for Mannas to pop that ball in to Claire.
Oh,
Just too much on that pass by Yasmin. Nice screen there by Shuning. She was holding Hanisha, asking Kimberly, her wing defense, to run behind. Mannas with the turnover. Great drive by Yasmin into the pocket.
that was a good pop and fake from Hanisha.
It doesn't help that Claire is a head taller. They're both the place defenders.
Tenda actually did a good movement inside, but I guess timing-wise, maybe the attacker didn't manage to catch her in time.
Nice Shuning with the beautiful intercept.
Yeah, so stature is one thing, but I guess when it comes to experience and also agility, Shuning is up there and she can read the play, and she was ready for that ball.
Yeah, definitely. She was making it hard for Hanisha to even come off the line. So she really didn't have that space and speed to try and get off Shuning. We see another interchange between Yasmin and Ite. Oh, sorry. Yasmin coming off court to the bench. Ite from center to wing attack. Casca, who had a little bit of a break, back on court in center. So we've seen Casca in go attack, go defense, and center. Truly a versatile player for Mannas. She's also really young, only 18 years of her age, and it's her debut season. Nice shooter pass between Hanisha and Claire. When they play together, I just feel a lot of chemistry and confidence.
Yeah, it's interesting now that perhaps the two attackers inside for Mannas, because they're much taller, Blaze has switched up their defense. I noticed that the defenders are less tight on the players and maybe floating a lot more.
There was a missed pass there by Laura. A bit of a rush of a blood. Just let the ball go without sighting. Mickey had come around Tendai. Oh, Shuning, another intercept around the same spot. I think that's like her third intercept in that area of court. Wei Ping with almost a super shot, but not in the super shot timing. Oh, wow. Cheyenne doing really well. Just rushing back, saw that Ite wanted to pass that ball in.
I think Ite actually spotted that there was a height mismatch, but unfortunately I think the distance was still too far to be taking such a pass.
That's right. Mannas still with possession. Claire just not able to lift a shot.
So actually a fun fact for that, at least I feel that for shooters, especially at critical moments, shooting from a closer distance can actually be even more difficult compared to shooting from a further range, because that's where technique is a lot more important, and that we really need to follow through on the movements to have the ball get into the goal post.
Is it because you feel like when you're nearer to post, you tend to not be so, what is that word? Technical and good in the way you shoot?
Yeah, because
like you don't follow through enough or lift your shot.
Yeah, when nerves are high and the adrenaline is running through you, sometimes you put a little bit too much power into the shot and it's very easy for it to just get over.
Yeah, also knowing that you're nearer to post, the complacency comes in, knowing that, oh, you think it's going to be an easy shot, but if you don't get your technique right and follow through, that's when you realize that you're fumbling.
Yeah, exactly that.
As we were talking about shooters taking on the pressure to shoot, we see quite a number of changes for Blaze. We have Jamie, I think I believe her name is Jamie. Also another Jamie for the team. But baby Jamie coming in as wing defense. We have
Hui Fen coming in as GA also.
Yeah,
for
Hui Fen
Blaze.
coming in as goal attack. And we also have a change in the center position. We have Granier, also another 21 and under player for Blaze. We do see her coming in certain games, either has center or wing attack. And what's really nice to see is Blaze is a team with also a good players on the bench. So when you see them coming on court, taking over their seniors, you see seamless transition. They're able to still play the game, play their role well.
Wow, and a good take from Claire and a pass out in an attempt for their super shot. That was a good try from Claire in the rebound, but unfortunately it was just the Blaze player just so happened to be there.
Great down the court by Blaze, just 3 passes, and we have Hui Fen attempting a super shot as goal attack. Fortunately misses. Mannas with the throw in. Nice, coming through the middle by Ite. Great play by Mannas. Hanisha with the super shot.
Good communication between the Mannas attackers. You can see that actually Claire is very confident to pass the ball to her. Always looking back for the super shot.
I think when Claire and Hanisha play together, Claire just gets that ball in the 1-point zone and then she just looks for Hanisha immediately. So that offload, that quick offload to Hanisha just catches the Blaze defenders off guard. Tendai with the super shot. Unfortunately, couldn't collect her rebound, but good attempt there. She rushes for it.
You could really see her athleticism when she took the shot, and she was actually the first to touch her own rebound from so far away.
Nice patience by Mannas. Oh, lovely defense there by Blaze. You can see Cheyenne just coming out the circle, just reading the play, going for the ball, created that turnover.
Actually, I'm quite curious. I was thinking that Hanisha could actually go into the center circle a bit faster and have Claire come out as the moving option, but I think maybe because they want to capitalize on Hanisha taking super shots, so they are having her stay out a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think because she's taking on the role of receiving the center pass, so she's quite high up after that, and takes a while for her to rush back into the circle. So maybe Mannas could think about making use of their wing attack, trying to get first phase, and maybe Claire could link after that, and so Hanisha can make her way into the circle much earlier, because ultimately she's the one scoring the two-point shots for Mannas.
Yeah.
Tendai with the attempt in the super short zone. Doesn't fall once again. We're approaching the last 1.5 minutes of this game.
You can see that from both teams, the defenders are working very hard and putting a lot of pressure on the shooters, to the point that the super shots are quite a few misses so far.
Is Claire going to attempt this? Oh no, she passes it out. It's contact call against Shuning. Hanisha with a 2-point shot attempt. Doesn't fall through.
Oh, and a good tap from her, from Claire.
Yeah, nice tap. Hanisha with the loose ball, and she once again attempts, and it
it's a
goes
score.
through. Much better quarter for Mannas in this final term. Good run there by Charlene, hitting circle edge. There we have it, Blaze just not wanting to risk that super shots anymore since they haven't been accurate with it in the last quarter.
Oh.
Once again, Cheyenne.
Yeah, you can never really underestimate a shorter defender, even though they may seem like the ball will easily pass to the attacker, because with the height, and if anything, if the ball is underpass, it's very easy for the defenders. Oh, not easy, but it's very possible for the defenders to intercept that ball.
Yeah, I think because when the defender is shorter, so it makes it look like you can just pass it in easily, but that's when you don't really place the ball properly as compared to someone taller defending the shooter. There we see a contact call against Shuning. The final whistle has gone, and Hanisha puts in that 2-point to end the game. So a very outstanding win by Blaze overall. 74 goals to Blaze, 37 to Mannas. But I just like how Mannas never gave up. They just kept fighting despite the combinations that kept changing throughout court. We had some players moving from defense to attack, vice versa, and whatever role they played, they just played on and fought till the end.
Yeah, I think Puffs really said it. And yeah, I think good luck to all the players, and for everyone else playing the rest of the season. Understand now it's a very high emotion and high energy period of time, and even though we're all very tired, hopefully we'll all be able to end season on a high as well. And yeah, good luck to everyone, and
good luck to you, Sintish, for your game later. Okay, so we have 2 more games for the rest of the day. So next up we have Sneakers taking on Swifts, and the final game of the day, Llabten versus Orcas. So stay tuned for the next game at 2 p.m. Thank you.